15 queer-related anime, and I will rank them for Pride Month! Let's go to the rules! The rules are: only anime I've actually watched. If it's an adaptation, I'm ranking the anime, not the original source material. I won't include titles I've already discussed in my other recommendation videos to avoid repeating myself. The anime doesn't have to be explicitly girls' love or boys' love. It can include queer baiting or simply feature queer characters. My ranking is based on my overall enjoyment of the show, not solely on how it portrays queerness. Also, I'll be starting with girls' love related titles. I know I'm fujoshi, but boys' love is just my preference, not my only interest. I'm the person from that tweet. Anyway, let's dive into the list. Adachi to Shimamura. Adachi to Shimamura is based on the Yuri light novel series. Sakura Adachi and Hagetsu Shimamura are two high school girls who skip classes together in the school gymnasium. Their relationship slowly evolves from friendship to something more. I haven't read light novels, but I really enjoyed the anime. I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I like slow-paced stories. You'll see more of that preference reflected in the rest of this list. I especially loved watching Adachi simping and fantasizing about Shimamura. I'm a sucker for yearning, okay? That's my whole thing. It's the same reason I get so annoying when people hate on Himmel in Free Rein. I love characters who yearn and doubt. I'm giving this anime a B tier. If the ending had been less ambiguous, I would have ranked it higher. Hibiki Euphonium. The story follows Kumiko Omae, who enrolls at Kitauji High School and joins the school's concert band. The club wants to make it to nationals, and over the course of the anime, we follow Kumiko's journey from her first year all the way into adulthood. God, UFO is the kind of anime you'll either love for the queer bait or hate for it. I'm in the first category. I loved every second Kyoto Animation gave us Kumiko's girl crush moments. It's also a beautifully written show, so much attention given to each character's motivations, why they're in the band and why they do or don't care about winning that competition. The animation is breathtaking too. It even inspired me to visit Uji to see the real-life locations from the anime, including the hill where Kumiko spent so much time with her girl crush Reina. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make a video about that pilgrimage. With all that said, this anime isn't getting an S tier from me. I really disliked all the straight elements. None of those straight ships got proper resolutions anyway. Like, Kumiko and Reina are out there doing wild things, and anime wants me to believe that Reina is into her teacher? Anyway, this anime is an A tier for me. Liz and the Bluebird. Liz and Bluebird is a spin-off film from Hibiki Euphonium, focusing on the side characters, Mizore and Nozomi. Their mini-arc in the TV series sets the stage, but this movie digs deeper, offering a richer, more intimate look at their story. Directed by Naoka Yamada, the brilliant mind behind A Silent Voice, it carries her signature emotional depth and breathtaking direction. And this movie, man, it's everything to me. The yearning, the animation, the music, the emotions, the subtle art style, the message. It's all so powerful. Liz and Bluebird is my Roman Empire. I keep revisiting it because it resonates so deeply. You don't even need to watch UFO to appreciate it as a standalone masterpiece. It's one of my all-time favorites, speaking to something deeply personal inside me, all through the lens of a character who barely speaks. For me, it's an absolute S-tier film. The Many Sides of Voice Actor Radio. Another anime adaptation of a girl's love novel. This series follows Yumiko Sato and Chika Watanabe, two young voice actresses. Each of them has a stage persona that's very different from who they really are. The story kicks off when they are paired up to host a radio show together, setting the stage for a delightful gap moe dynamic between rival girls. I really enjoyed watching this anime. Watching these two navigate their differences and chase their dreams was a joy. It's not perfect though. The animation quality took a noticeable dip towards the end, and some plot points felt overly melodramatic to me. But the final episode was a highlight, and I loved seeing queer girls trying to get a place for themselves in the competitive world of voice acting. Solid B tier for me. Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from the Mercury. The Witch from the Mercury was my first Gundam, so to any serious Gundam fans out there, please don't come at me. I do watch mecha anime occasionally, but I always felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of lore in the Gundam franchise. When Witch from the Mercury came along and was beginner friendly, I jumped in and stayed for the gay girls. Suletta and Miarine, two main characters, were everything to me. And let's not forget Guel, character who starts off as the cocky rival but ends up becoming the best lesbian supporter out there. The first core of the anime was perfect, while the second core felt a bit rushed. But I absolutely loved everything about the Sully-Mia relationship. It's funny how Miarine mentions in the very first episode that Suletta comes from a conservative planet where girls can't marry girls. Meanwhile, Bandai in real world was reportedly trying to downplay the character's marriage status. Anyway, my first queer lesbian Gundam deserved an A tier. Fairy Ranmaru was an ambitious project from Studio Comet, known for making magical boy anime. I've always loved magical girl series, but for some reason magical boys never really appealed to me, unless it was a mixed story like Shugo Kyara. Honestly, I hated the first episode of Fairy Ranmaru. The difference between the schoolboys and their fairy personalities felt too jarring. But then I was spoiled on some of the highlights and decided to give it another chance, and I actually ended up really enjoying it. The freakness and the queerness just kept growing with each episode, and I loved all of that. B tier for me. Junjo Romantica. Junjo Romantica was one of the first BL anime adaptations to get more than one season. I watched it as it aired, right from episode 1. Yeah, I'm the person from that meme. I knew dinosaurs, okay? To be honest, it's hard for me to give an opinion on it now. I can't quite tell how much of my enjoyment comes from genuine feelings and how much is just pure nostalgia. Still, I think it's a great introductory BL anime with all the classic tropes you'd expect if you're dipping your toes into the genre. I really wish more BL anime got this many seasons instead of just one season plus few movies, or worse, nothing at all. My favorite couple in the series was definitely Hiroki and Nawaki from the Junjo Egoist story. I even find myself revisiting their arc from time to time. Overall, I'd give it a solid B tier rating. Gaku in Heaven. Ito Keita enrolled in Bell Liberty Academy, or BL Academy, diving into a sea of amazing men. Wait, was that line about free anime? Oh no, this line was actually from my anime list. Anyway, Gaku in Heaven is based on a BL visual novel. The anime focuses on the romance route of one couple while making all the other boys side ships. And I loved it! It's naive and silly, but it's also super entertaining. If you check out the voice acting cast, you'll find the pioneers of BL anime, the veterans whose beautiful voices helped make BL more widespread. We owe them a lot for their service. And Gaku in Heaven anime goes for A tier. Twilight Out of Focus. Twilight Out of Focus, the 2024 BL anime, caused such a backlash that Crunchyroll ended up disabling their comment section because they couldn't handle the flood of homophobic attacks. Instead of hiring moderators, they just killed the feature altogether. Yeah, happy Pride! As for the anime itself, I wasn't a fan. While the manga works well with its short stories and beautiful art, the anime version didn't grab me. Everything felt rushed, and even though it featured archetypes I usually enjoy, like the Danchi characters, I just wasn't invested. For me, it's C tier. Given is a boys love anime about gay boys playing in band. This one going to be short, please don't cancel me. I really didn't like the Given anime. I enjoyed the manga, but the adaptation just didn't do it for me. The animation felt stiff, the camera angles were awkward, and the music I imagined in my head was way different from what actually played on screen. I don't have anything against story or character though. For me, anime Given is C tier. I just prefer manga. Antique Bakery. Keiichiro Tachibana quits his job to open a bakery and ends up hiring a gay patissier who had crush on him back in high school. There's so much more to the story and I used to be a huge fan of it. However, judging just the anime, I don't think it holds up well anymore. The animation is minimal and the story feels inconsistent. The one standout element is the voice acting, which is genuinely good. If you want to explore the world of Antique Bakery, I'd recommend reading the manga or checking out the Korean drama adaptation. It's really good. But for anime, it's C tier. Skip and Loafer. Skip and Loafer is a seinen anime that's often mistaken for shoujo, mainly because some men can't believe that other men can enjoy slice-of-life stories featuring queer characters. Mitsumi Iwakura moves from the countryside to Tokyo and meets a colorful cast of characters along the way. In Tokyo, she lives with her aunt Nao-chan, who provides a very positive and respectful trans representation. I've only watched the anime, but from what I understand, Nao's journey is even more developed in the manga. I love everything about this show. It's heartwarming and soothing, yet it also handles serious moments with real impact. For me, it's an A-tier anime. Kaze ga tsuyoku fuiteru. This anime is based on a novel that I still plan to read. It has an official English translation. The novel is not BL, but the author, Shion Miura, is a fan of BL manga. She has a collection of her essays on boys' love published under the title Shumi Janainda. It's not just a hobby. So if you watch Kazetsuyo, well, you can tell. It is a story about a broke student Kakeru who was forced to join the university's running club by Haiji. Kakeru had to participate in the Hakone Ekiden, a winter marathon in Japan, if he wanted to keep a roof over his head. Well, he wasn't the only one who was played by Haiji. This is one of those anime that when you watch it for the first time, you see the classic sports anime queerbait and you go, oh, and then when the anime is over, you go, oh! And then you rewatch it and see every detail from the start. I'm obsessed with Kazetsuya. Beautifully animated, and all the characters are super entertaining to watch. It also makes me want to start running, which I sometimes do, but not marathons. These days, I'm more of a walking person. Anyway, S tier. I will definitely rewatch it again after I'm done with this video. Fudanchi Koukou Seikatsu. Fudanchi Koukou Seikatsu is a very short comedy anime about the life of a Fudanchi. It's funny as manga, but I didn't enjoy the anime at all, so it's D tier for me. Give me a better Fudanchi comedy, please! Windbreaker. I know I said I wouldn't talk about queer anime I've already recommended on my channel. But technically, Windbreaker was never on my recommendation list. It was always covered in solo videos, so I'll add it here. Windbreaker is a delinquent anime released in 2024. At first I thought it was going to be just an average show with some bait and cool action. But it's actually an anime about the healing journey and acceptance. Bonus, it has an openly gay cross-dressing character whose entire role wasn't treated as a joke. I'll be honest, I cried through most of season 2. I've been open about my mental health on this channel, like in my ADHD video, so I have to confess, I've learned how to rely on other people and ask for help as an adult, in therapy. So every of Sakura's struggles felt so personal to me, especially when it was hard for him to accept that he needs his friends to support him. The healing journey can feel like a fight, so I don't watch Windbreaker just as a literal show anymore. It's full of allegories and symbols that help me get through the day. I'm glad to have anime like this in 2025, especially when everything in the world feels like it's falling apart. Also, the best yearner of the century has finally arrived! S tier. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoy it. If you want to support small channel of a queer person, please consider to subscribe, smash that like button, leave me a comment. I make regular videos about Japan, anime, manga and life in general. I'm already working on my next video, so I'll see you in the next one!